know who it is, you know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. This your boy Town Biz. So Oscar Duarte wins a majority decision over Kenneth Sims Jr. Me myself, what can I say? Very competitive fight, but I do think Oscar Duarte edged him. I had it 7-5 in favor of Duarte. See, here's the thing. Boskin and Boskin. Excuse me, you guys. A little tired. Boxing can be very tricky. It really comes down to what the judges are looking at and how you execute your game plan. See, the problem is with Sims, he spent too much time against the ropes, and the problem is, it's a difference between fighting off the ropes and you're basically slipping punches, catching and shooting, and fighting off the ropes like what Shakur was doing. But the problem was he was getting tagged, and he got hit a lot in this fight. Even though he had his moments, even though he made the rounds competitive, it's just simple as this. Duarte looked better executing his game plan than Sims did. Sims fought like a guy that was trying to steal rounds and basically trying to keep Duarte off of him. It's a difference between asserting yourself to win rounds and then basically fighting at times to keep the guy off you. And Duarte was relentless. And to me, there was a lot of opportunity for Sims. You know, Duarte came all night. I think if Sims would have been hitting him and racking him to the body a little bit more and using uppercuts, I think he would have had a better chance to win this fight. But Duarte was very strong and he kept pushing Sims back. And once again, it's the difference between fighting off the ropes and getting hit off the ropes. Sims was getting hit off the ropes. So, like I said, the right guy won. I don't have a problem with it. One thing about me, I call it right down the middle. I'm fair. I'm fair. Shoot, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he won a eliminator. I mean, the Gary Russell Jr. fight is could be on the cards, but once again, can we get that fight made? And how long would it take to get that fight made? Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something. Gary Russell Jr. has been on the PBC shit list for years. Okay, he didn't been at odds with Al Heyman for years, and it's no secret. So I ain't even gonna lie. I would consider a Ryan Garcia Oscar Duarte rematch. I mean, it's an easy fight to make. I mean, both of them are Golden Boy fighters, so I mean, why not? Why not explore that? And Oscar already says he's in all likelihood not going to make a Rolly rematch with Ryan Garcia, so that's not in the cards for Ryan Garcia, and they won't be a Devin Haney rematch. So, with that being said, that's something that they should explore. But Gary Russell Jr. versus Oscar Duarte, that'll be a good fight. Now how long it takes to get that fight made, that comes down to the PBC. Because like I said, Gary Russell Jr. been on the PBC shit list for years. He been in Al Heyman's doghouse for years. And, at this point, I'm just going to tell you that was told me personally by somebody that is very close to the Russell camp. Okay. So, but it was an overall good fight. Duarte, he floored Ryan Garcia. And it would be interesting to see how Ryan Garcia reacts, post not being able to take his juice. So that's why I would be curious in a fight like that. But Ryan Garcia, I don't know. Ryan Garcia just all over the place. But like I said, Kenneth Sims fought a good fight. I do think a rematch is warranted. Now, will they give him a rematch? We would have to see. I don't see Duarte and them giving him a rematch. They're going to probably move on. I don't think he can leave. I don't know how his contract is structured, but yeah, Gary Russell been in the doghouse ever since the Lomachenko fight with Al Heyman. You know, all I'm gonna say is when I spoke to them a few years, well, this was a while ago. I spoke to Gary Russell Jr. back in 2019, I think, 2019, 2018. They had said, and somebody out of their camp said that, hey, you know, that they have had issues with Al Heyman. But kudos to Duarte. He fought a good fight. He fought a real good fight. Um, he applied the pressure, and that was the tail of the tape. He applied pressure. He executed his game plan. He looked better executing his game plan. This isn't really what you would call a complex breakdown of the fight. It wasn't nothing complex about it. It was truly where effective aggression came into hand. So, once again, shout out to him. I don't know what Oscar De La Hoya wants for Duarte, but I would look into a Ryan Garcia rematch. I would really look into that. Have no problem with the decision. I feel like the right guy won. And I'm not going to sit up there and say somebody, won or lost because, whether they look like me or not. I call it right down the middle. I'm fair with my assessment. Just like Regis Prograis clearly won that fight. Clearly. And I felt Duarte won this fight decisively. Once again, Kenneth Sims had his moments, but he just didn't assert himself enough. And I think when you fight guys like Oscar Duarte, when you fight these tough come forward Mexicans, you got to be ready to go blow for blow because they going to be there to be hit. You're not going to have to worry about you're not going to have to worry about, having to walk them down. They're going to come right forward, and opportunity to get off punches is going to present itself. And I think that was the problem. Because Kenneth Sims had some moments where it looked like he hurt Duarte a few times in the fight, that he froze him and he didn't capitalize. So to me, that was the tail of the tape. But anyway, you guys, just wanted to give a quick breakdown. Once again, congratulations to Oscar Duarte. This your boy Town. I'm out.